Welcome back to New Cammack. In the last session, Prince Archibald Alvins, the oracular hacker Excavo, the botanical sorcerer Augustyn, and Darby left their comfort zones and went spelunking in the remains of the abandoned Nosferatu tunnels underneath the city. While battling a swarm of ghouled guard rats, Darby threw his wizard hat-mounted chakrams at the foul creatures, resulting in many being split messily in half. Augustyn similarly hucked his beloved bear cub into the swarm of rats for reasons that philosophers will still be debating for generations to come. Then
Oh, I threw my tonfas.
Then Archibald accidentally hit him with a sledgehammer, and it was very funny to me. Upon defeating these ravenous rodents, the group discovered what appeared to be the MKT, a secret experimental subway system that was recently taken over by the mob that helped construct it. The engineers at Nuclear Technologies had asked our heroes to help them steal control of the MKT back by breaking into the mainframe computer controlling it and changing its access code. Perhaps most importantly, so that they can resume monitoring the nuclear reactor hidden underneath the city that's powering the entire system. We go now to the opening of the Nosferatu tunnel that Augustyn and his bear have just emerged from. To remind you, you're in front of an unusual-looking subway tunnel that stretches out to your left and right. The walls are roughly cut bedrock with support beams arching overhead at even intervals, with metal panels reinforcing weak points. The track is a single metal beam with what looks like a drainage grate underneath, and directly across from where you are is another narrow opening in the rock wall that appears to be the continuation of the Nosferatu tunnel. Above it, on the other side, you see a narrow pedestrian walkway about 10 feet up.
Comrades, I believe you all need to see this. I clutch my bear cub tightly and gesture for everyone to...
The bear cub's very disoriented because the bear cub has just emerged from the dark tunnel that you guys have been navigating through for at least a half an hour. And now there's a relatively brightly lit tunnel that suddenly you're in. That's disorienting the bear cub. Also, the bear cub still seems kind of jacked up from the kind of bloody water that it was drinking out of in the pool in the previous room. Also, you threw it, and it seems
gently
perturbed by that. But it's mostly
it was more of a lob.
You can argue with the bear cub all you want, but the bear cub is mostly just confused and disoriented, so you have no trouble picking it up and controlling it as it's just kind of looking around and getting its bearings.
I just kind of gesture like incredulously at the tunnel as everyone passes through the entryway.
I make sure to rustle up my chakrams and situate them as best as I can back in full wizard hat configuration before we move along.
All 5 of them are stacked back on your razor frisbee wizard hat.
I find my tonfas, I pick them up.
So I think I asked this before. I just want to make sure I look really cool, right? Like, I just wanted to clarify with the storyteller here that I look super... we know the hat...
The record it was awesome.
We know the hat fits very well. I remember that. We rolled for that. But
we roll for how awesome we look?
Yeah.
The hat fit perfectly. You rolled a 10, so much so that I don't think that no matter what happens to you while you were wearing the hat, I don't think that there is that we're going to have any roll for a risk of the hat falling off of you.
Oh, wow. Sweet. Okay. Very cool. All right.
If it were anything less than a 10, then there would be a constant threat of the hat, especially because there's weight to it. There's like metal stuff on it. As you're doing acrobatic stuff, there's always a risk of like the hat falling off, unless if you're using a free hand to keep it on you. Because the hat is fitting literally perfectly, this hat will always stay on you.
That's incredible. It's like a +1 hat of hats.
And
that's awesome.
To answer your question, because you were quite successful in just massacring a bunch of these rats, it did actually look pretty cool, and Jade did see.
Yes. All right, sweet. So I think my gung-ho attitude has proved successful up until this point. And so which of these paths looks more dangerous?
Well, you're stepping out onto a subway track.
Oh, I see. So there's one like obvious continuation of the Nosferatu path.
Yeah, it looks as though it's pretty obvious that like there's a tunnel that when they were building the MKT track, it just cut right through the tunnel.
All right, follow me, and let's roll. I'm diving in headlong
to go into the
tunnel, into the Nosferatu, like following where I think they went.
Okay.
Yes, I am coming with.
And
you're coming with.
Does everyone do that?
I'm on the struggle bus, but I do so with the speed of a man who's still recovering from taint impact from hammer.
Oh yes,
I do have my cut off leg. Is that might be affecting my deal?
Is that how Augustyn would have said it?
Describing one's character outside of character is.
Oh, you don't have to do it in character.
Practice.
Seriously, and look, you don't have
Augustyn,
to.
why are you slowing down?
Oh wow! Put it right to him.
Clutching a bear in one arm, getting my gestures in the other, aims at my groin.
But
I'm sorry. I wrote you this letter.
You're reading it.
I accept. Begrudgingly.
Does not even read it.
Stuffs it in pocket.
Paper with words. Great.
Blake, did you actually compose a
He did, he wrote.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, remember when I was doing
He
the
wrote.
battle letter? I was
Yes.
trying to write the letter of apology while also swiping at rats with the pen.
Correct.
No, I mean, was there actually
madness?
No, like out of character.
Yes.
Did you
I
did
see.
you write?
Is there
Did you
is there a
write this
content?
down? What
I
you
don't
said
know.
to him?
What are the contents of the "I'm
I
sorry I
think I wrote
sledgehammered
everything
you"?
down.
What was that?
What are the
I think
bullet
I
points of
said
the?
it-
What are the bullet
I
points of
like,
the?
read some of them in the last session.
Oh, they were in the.
I think
okay.
I like recited what I was reading,
But you're
and I forget
following.
what they are now.
You're following the rest of the gang into the continuation of the Nosferatu tunnel.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
all about it.
I'm gonna need everybody to give me a perception plus alertness roll.
And you said intelligence and alertness?
There should be
Ooh.
D10s.
Yeah, those are D6s.
That gives you a disadvantage if you're rolling D6s.
I was like, man, I rolled so bad.
Graham, was it intelligence and alertness? Is that it?
Perception plus
Oh,
alertness.
perception.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh, Darby, what have you done?
I have noticed something. Probably. I'm alert as fuck right now. I got such a clue.
One aggregate success.
And has everybody rolled?
Mhm.
Yep.
Did everybody get at least one success?
Yes,
Yeah.
I got one success.
All right.
One great success.
How many successes did each of you get?
One.
Augustyn and I both got 4, I think.
No, I got 5.
Oh, did you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1. Yeah. So I got 4 with 2 10s. He got 5 with 1 10.
Augustyn, before anyone else, you start to notice a shift in the air pressure. And on your right, you start to notice a sound, a vibration. And you look to your right and you see a hovering platform approaching all of you at a very high rate of speed. And what do you do?
Comrades, scatter! And I kind of like gesture at the tunnel we just came out of and personally charge to the other side of the tunnel to the other hole that we saw, the continuation.
Can you please describe its like path through the air, like relative to us and the ground that we're standing on?
It looks
Is there enough?
like it's going to hit all of you at about shoulder level if you don't duck or dodge into one of the tunnels. All of you see it because you all also got successes. Because of your various levels of successes, you would have seen it at different times. But you have an opportunity to duck or dodge out of the way. Everybody needs to give me a dexterity plus athletics roll.
Standard difficulty?
Oh.
Yes.
I think I just became a windshield smear.
I would have just ducked. If it's small and I know it's going to go over my head, I would have just ducked down.
So, Grim, is it possible, and maybe not with 2 successes, I probably should have said this before I rolled anything. My instinct with Darby was to try to jump on it. Like Kobe Bryant in the video, like he sees something coming fast and he thinks easily that he could like surf it. And so that is what that's what I want to attempt to do. I want to try to jump up and I think maybe I know this is just not going to work. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to jump and surf it instead. I want to burn for celerity. I think reaction time. I think that would be my instinct. My instinct, regardless of whether mechanically it's going to help me that much or not, is to burn for celerity, to get real fast, and then I'm like, watch this. And then yeah, I want to try to jump on top of it.
Oh my god. Okay. I think what we would need to do is first resolve if people don't get hit. I think you would first need to not get overcome by the speed of it, which everyone would need to do.
Augustyn and Excavo, I believe, both failed that check.
Okay.
Well, no, Excavo got one.
Excavo got it.
I got one.
She got it. My bad.
I had
Augustyn.
2 failures and a total botch.
That's a botch. It's a botch for Augustyn.
As Augustyn gets,
2.
as Augustyn is getting wiped out, I do turn towards him, not realizing he's about to get decked, and I say, "I'm glad you're using comrades now. I've been trying to make that happen forever."
I know. I was about
Just
to
in time to
say,
see him just get
word.
smashed.
Comes out, it's like, this is kind of like a ropes course.
Oh, the
you're right,
rope-
Darby. You're exactly right.
Okay.
See, the key to not getting hit by it was teamwork all along.
Okay, so Excavo, let's go worst case scenario to best. Who did someone botch?
I botched.
Augustyn biffed it. Total botch.
Okay. Roll your stamina dice, please. To see how many of these and
You hate to see it.
does anyone wish to oh man. Yeah, to see how many of these 5 lethal you can soak.
Oh, shit.
None.
So, okay,
Oh,
we're gonna narrate the entire scene once all these are resolved.
Wait for how
Can
many
we talk
minutes
about
now?
how? Can we talk about how you were the first one to notice it too? Somehow,
Like,
you know,
oh wow,
somehow
what
you
is
were
that?
away.
Doesn't it look cool? Oh man, I'm just going to look at it for a big long second and oh,
Watch out for that! And he's turned to soup. All right, Excavo, how did it play out for you?
I would have just ducked down. I only
Oh,
got
how
one
many-
success.
You got one success.
I got one.
Excavo succeeds in ducking down.
I would like ducked all the way down.
She ducks
Like,
all the
no,
way
no, no.
down.
I'm like, no, no, no.
She limbos underneath it.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many successes did you get, Archibald?
3 for him, 2 for me. Oh no,
I got-
2 for each of us. Because
I got
he
3.
got a botch.
So I got 2, and I kind of just slid right out of the way when I noticed it all cool. And I saw Excavo like duck down, and I leaned down at Excavo. I'm just like, nice dodge, good teamwork.
Okay.
Right. So I think with
I
my
did not do this for
successor,
you, but okay.
I duck into a defensive crouch to get underneath it, and then ready to spring on top of it as it passes over me to try to get it.
Well, you know what you get with a move like this, right?
I don't. Oh, yes. My for doing stupid shit. I have a merit for this.
You get an
That's
additional
embarrassing.
3 dice.
Inspiration?
Oh yeah.
I get an additional 3
inspiration.
dice.
You get the inspiration. What, just do stupid things and get more dice? Is that...
Is this I think it's a Daredevil trait?
Sort of.
Um,
Sort of, yeah. This is kind of exactly the use case for this, right? Leaping onto something dangerously.
This is the textbook use case for the Daredevil merit. Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I like to think Darby has his own version of this, which
Right,
I,
one of
I
my...
hold my beer. But yeah, here we go. Darby's going in.
so I'm
One of my merits is lazy, so I would not jump.
so
What stats do you think here?
well. See, here's the
and
thing.
I have burn for celerity.
Here's the thing, and this might be disappointing. If your move was not to like duck or dodge out of the way, but when you saw it, your immediate thought was like, "I'm gonna jump on that motherfucker." That would have been your Daredevil move, and you already made that roll, and you already got a success. You got 2 successes, right?
So yeah, so you're saying I can add 3 dice to that and see.
Let's say you can roll your additional 3 Daredevil dice to see if your success that you already have. Let's say this.
You know my objective. So I'm trying to impress Jade, and I'm trying to like go as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, and I also need a roll for Jade, who is subject to all this too. Let's say this. You already have enough successes in the roll to get on it. It is going fast enough that it is probably going to hurt you. If your Daredevil dice give you additional successes, those are going to reduce the amount of damage that you take, because you're able to flip around, and as you'll see, I'll narrate why specifically the damage is reduced if you can actually get that success. So roll 3 additional dice.
It didn't help at all.
You got
I got
3
Most of the botches,
3
botching
twos.
gets without-
It's not a botch. It's not a botch, but
No,
okay.
dude.
I also got lots of ways to soak damage too. So this was just my trying to do it by balls alone.
Okay. So I'm going to roll for Jade real quick to see how well she gets out of the way. 1 success. She got a couple ones on that. Okay, so she tries to do some
6.
she tries to do some fancy flip, clearly trying to impress you. She slips on the floor of the track and just barely makes it out of the way as the platform passes by her. As she does this, Excavo ducks out of the way, doing a little limbo move, little bullet time thing, passes by her. Archibald also sort of hugs against the wall, passes by him. Augustyn gets, as he's turning and calling everyone's attention, almost as soon as he points it out and it's kind of in the distance, it's right on top of everybody, including him. This floating platform, which is just a blur, just plants into him right in the chest, and Augustyn is like gone. It takes him with it, and he's kind of a hood ornament on it for the moment. Darby,
meet us back at the house later. You have my cell.
Darby, as soon as Augustyn turns and points it out, as soon as Darby sees it on its way, with Darby's celerity and his foresight, he gets into that Neo jumping pose and hops and lands on it. Darby sees that this platform, upon pouncing on it, actually sees the structure of it. It is a floating platform, a bit larger than the size of the car that is parked on it. It has sort of guardrails all around the sides, and also there's sort of a protective angled plexiglass windshield on the front of the platform itself. And that's what Darby first makes contact with and sort of bumps against and slides off. And he hits it in a way that he tumbles, and he takes 5 levels of bashing damage instead of lethal damage, because he's bracing himself, and he's hitting it at the whole thing's at an angle, and he's doing it in a much more deliberate way, and he can roll to soak that. And Darby ends up sort of awkwardly perched at the very top of this sort of angled plexiglass windshield. Underneath, there's a vehicle with a driver inside, who it's unclear whether or not the driver noticed what just happened, because it's very tinted glass.
I think my reaction is going to depend on how hurt I am. So I want to hold on how I'm going to react to the driver after we resolve my damage.
And all this is very split second. And
I fly up, I fail my jump, I tumble, smack. I'm on this window. I can see this guy.
And in the moments after that split seconds, Augustyn sort of peels off of the front of it and goes tumbling onto the track underneath it.
So I took 5 full lethal damage. Am I in torpor?
I'll have to check. Yep. And Augustyn will have to be retrieved. Augustyn is currently non-responsive.
What happened to the bear cub that I was holding?
Bear cub is safe and sound and is too low profile to have been affected by what just happened. Its hair was rustled.
Good.
Would Augustyn have dropped it?
What's the current status of its jimmies, though?
The sort of like the that I don't know what it's called, but where you take a tablecloth and you just pull the tablecloth out and everything on the table remains in place. That's kind of what happened, where you were just removed from the track, but the bear cub stayed in place and just dropped gently to the ground. The bear cub was just kind of confused about what happened. It seemed like a gust of wind deleted you from the scene.
So I soak damage with stamina plus fortitude.
Yes.
I think that's no successes.
So 5 bashing.
I would like to burn blood to fix it. I think I can repair each turn a certain amount.
Yeah, 5 bashing, cut in half, rounded down is
two damage, right?
yes.
Cut in half, rounded down. Yeah. So 2.
So 2 damage, but
2
you want to
blood,
immediately burn 2 blood to heal that?
Yep, and then my 3rd blood that I'm allowed to burn this turn, I want to burn for celerity to go and drag the corpse of Plant Man off the train tracks before he dies. I'm going to jump down there and try to move him out of the way of the car.
Oh, you're jumping off of the platform?
Yep. I'm diving face first off of the platform, like head first, swan dive. And my plan is to roll when I hit the ground. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna figure that out in the air. And I would like to hit the ground and then move Augustyn and myself out of the way of the car, so it's like just as quick as I can go. Unless I judge midair that this would be completely impossible, that is my objective.
No, pretty much immediately, the platform is past Augustyn.
So he's not in danger? I thought you said he was imminently going to get run over.
Oh, no. The platform hits Augustyn, and then Augustyn is kind of carrying Augustyn for a second, and then Augustyn falls and is deposited on the track.
Completely
and now,
unconscious.
Yeah. So now you are on the platform. Augustyn is slightly behind you, and then everyone else is, a few, maybe dozen feet behind Augustyn at the Nosferatu tunnel. This is
me and the platform are accelerating away from them, or at least moving away from them at a steady rate of speed.
Correct. You have hitched a ride.
Mount, man, I'm out.
And then hitching ride.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna stay on it. Good luck to you guys in the Nosferatu tunnel. I'm serious. I know this is like unwise role playing 101 to break the party up, but hopefully strongman Blake can keep you guys well situated. I'm this is my life now. So bye.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Go back around.
And we will loop back to the Darby spin-off series here in a little while. But the platform rockets away and is gone as soon as it arrived. What do the rest of you do? You see the bear
I get up.
slowly sort of cantering over to where Augustyn is.
I drool.
Augustyn, are you
Easily on the
Augustyn, are you
floor.
okay?
I continue to drool vigorously.
How you doing?
You find Augustyn unresponsive.
Well, Excavo, he's dead. You know, like vampire first
This is such a
aid?
loving group.
One of my flaws is that I am lazy.
To be
Well,
frank,
he was finally a comrade and everything.
What
Oh yeah, you're supposed to
do
have
we
a
do? Would I
penalty.
know what to do? Would I know what to do?
Well,
You can
I'm a
roll.
fool. In my regular jacket, I would have had a first aid.
What would
kit,
I
but
roll?
I'm wearing Darby's clothes.
You can give me a flat intelligence roll for advice.
Okay. Tell me what to do.
Two or
Two
four.
successes.
6, 10, 10, and they won.
Okay. You
one
very
botch with two
recently
successes.
were at the Tremere Chantry where someone was brought out of torpor.
They
They-
use like spells.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if we just take his hands and move them all around him, he'll be able to do the thing.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Sure,
Do the
that's all
thing. No.
Well, in any
Um,
case, we should like get out of the tunnel, right? We don't know if there's other things like that, and I kind of just grab him and I'm gonna carry him around.
I help carry. I'm not gonna watch you carry him. I'm not that lazy.
Well, well, I'm very strong. First,
okay.
I take. It's very delicate and sweet. I take the bear cub and like move Augustyn's arms to be around bear cub, and then I take Augustyn up in my arms and I say, "It'll be okay, comrade." And then I
Aw.
start walking back towards the tunnel.
Wow. That is
So,
My
Excavo,
prince.
touching.
I'll
Yeah,
do
I
this
don't.
part.
I have Lady Elizabeth and Augustyn had discussed how to heal. She laid hands on him. Augustyn used an incantation to kill the fungus. Yeah, that's not stuff I can do. Correct?
I'll do this part, comrade. Do you want to do some hacking?
What do you mean?
Not hacking him. I mean, like in the Nosferatu room. It's like over there.
Like, what do you mean? I cannot type.
I
on this
can't.
part.
You can't hack
On
a
this part.
vampire. You
I
wouldn't
cannot type these
download a
vampire.
vampire.
Would you down my house? I know I would. Sure.
All pirate in the rulebook.
If you know how to heal him, then sure. If you don't need my help, I can see what is around, what kind of technology we are dealing with in this space.
I mean, he'll be
know?
fine until I'm kind of rocking him. He'll be
Um,
fine, won't he? But we really should get out of this tunnel in case there's more like giant, really fast.
Is there anywhere
platforms,
else we
right?
can go in to just duck away?
The
There was the
Nosferatu
situation
tunnel.
Do we
that
have
we
to
were
go that
going
way? Is that
to.
the only one way to go?
I mean, we are in the
Well,
middle
that's
of it.
where the
Well,
surveillance
you
room
were
is. We
both
should
in the
go
middle of it.
into it.
Where did the thing go?
Why
Did it
would-
go down that tunnel?
Why would we possibly not go in the Nosferatu tunnel?
No, where did the platform go? Where did it go?
down the track.
Well, it's a big loop. The guys at Nuker Tech explained it to us. It's a big loop, so it'll come back around.
So it's going to come back. So we do need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go in the tunnel to the surveillance room.
Well, I thought we were going to like sit him down and try to heal him, but
We're not Tremers. We can't. I'm just gonna like babysit him until later, and we'll fix him when we're in a better situation.
Excavo,
Without
give
that crazy
me
blue
a
jacket to the
self-control roll. Two successes.
yes.
Nothing unusual happens.
Okay.
Let's do some hacking. Maybe they have a vampire computer, and we can look up what to do with this fella.
Every computer I use is a vampire computer. Nobody laughs. Okay. I try to be funny. My grasp on English is not best.
All right, so I guess we head down the Nosferatu tunnel.
You proceed down the tunnel. After 50 or so feet, you're stopped by a concrete wall that seems to be a dead end.
Ugh. I look up, I look
This
down, I
seems
look all
to-
around. Is this really it? Is this really the end?
Give me a perception
This
plus
seems to
investigation
be-
roll.
A dead end.
I don't know if there's something up. Who knows? We're in a tunnel.
Well, I don't even really want to do the. I'd rather do a different option, which I want to punch the wall.
Punch the wall.
Uh,
You're,
I know the
you're holding me.
Nosferatu tricks.
I'm
Well,
going
I'm
to
going
roll.
to set you down.
I roll 4 successes. You
Aha!
watch. There's nothing.
There is something.
Nothing.
There is a tiny.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would. Wait.
Huh?
There's a tiny sliver of light coming from the right edge of the wall. And when you look down, the dirt on the floor of the tunnel doesn't come all the way up against the wall. There's a gap of about an inch where you look down and see a small metal channel that the wall seems to be sitting in.
This is not a wall. This is a door. Dun,
How
dun,
do we open it?
we probably need one of those cards. Cards.
Ah. I've got one of those right here.
Cards.
I punched the wall.
You
After
punch-
setting my friends down. My friend
punch
and
the
his pet
wall.
down.
Any metal, it might break the door.
You punch the wall, and the whole wall rocks a little bit, and you hear the wall sort of bumping against the metal channel that it seems to be set in on the floor, and you hear the rustling of what seems like ball bearings or perhaps wheels at the very bottom of the wall.
Oh, can't we just roll it? I just try and open it, right? Does it open?
You slide open the false wall.
Oh, there we go. Oh, not as high tech as I thought.
and see a
So-
makeshift lobby.
Ball.
You slide open the false and see a makeshift lobby lit
Like, ow.
lit by bare light bulbs hanging from the
Lit.
ceiling over a grimy cement floor covered in dust and mud from occasional flooding during heavy rains. You see two couches, one of which has a pull-out bed deployed, a record player with some old vinyl
Deployed.
records, and two cheap folding tables with two decks of cards and a checkers set. To the left is a supply closet with shelves of items and racks of clothes, and to the right is an open passageway to another room.
This sounds like someone lives in this space. What is the bed doing deployed?
I set Augustyn down on
I need to wait.
the bed and immediately start checking out what records there are.
There's a lot of old jazz and a surprising number of old novelty records,
I know none of
Okay.
these.
like Dr. Demento, Firesign Theater,
Ooh,
Monty Python.
the Smothers Brothers.
I am not from here. I don't know these. I do linger on the Monty Python one for a second,
And
but no.
Something French, a mime record.
Something French. That is what
Ooh,
they call
do they have-
Charles France.
They have some Michel Polnareff.
Some
That'd be
Edith
chill.
Piaf.
You're in luck.
No.
Y'all got any Bjork?
So we
Oh,
said
I'm not here.
Augustyn
I'm not here.
Annie Bjork.
in the bed.
It's hollering from down the
And,
tunnel.
And now I guess
I'm back around.
we ought to check out this other room, right?
Yes.
Excavo, if I was a gambling man, and I guarantee you I'm not, I would say that is where the surveillance room is.
You go into the other room.
Yes, I am ready.
You discover the Nosferatu surveillance room, earning 1 experience point each.
Do I
Just
still
us
get, do I
two?
still get this?
Augustyn and Darby do not get one.
You know,
Augustyn's not conscious.
you know,
Could have been alive.
everyone contributed in their own hilarious way. So
Us comrades.
1 experience point
Points
for the
together.
whole party.
We fulfilled a main quest.
Yeah! We did it.
So we each get a quarter of an experience point each.
Yeah, well, I thought that was clear.
We have to share it.
Yeah. Okay.
The surveillance room has one filthy 2000s era computer covered in years of dust and grime, with its case partially open underneath a desk, revealing loose wires and small custom circuit boards that they've been soldered to. The computer is wired to a stack of servers, and each of those servers have a tangled web of network cables connected to them and spidering their way into holes in the ceiling and in an adjacent wall. The desk is dirty and has cigarette butts, dead insects, and rodent droppings on it. Behind it is a corkboard with a small map of the sewer and storm drain systems of New Cammack pinned to it, as well as a nearly finished crossword puzzle, the phone number and address for Prince Delacroix, an empty bag of Swedish fish, and a note that reads, "Remember to feed Wally."
I want to.
Some way we could ask who Wally is.
Maybe Wally eats the Swedish fish? No? Do I take Swedish fish?
So, Excavo.
The name Wally
But-
should
Excavo, go
sound.
ahead and see
thing
what
I'm
you
here
can get
for-
out of the computer.
Yeah. Main thing I'm here for is to get on the computer and change the access
Oh,
code.
Wally's the alligator.
Yes.
Yeah, Wally's the alligator. Excavo, go ahead and see what you can dig up with the surveillance, and then we're gonna have to destroy this place. It's awful close to the thing. I'm amazed if it hasn't been found already.
So the computer's currently running, but the monitor is off.
Okay, I
Or at
turn the
least-
monitor on. I see that it's plugged in, correct? I turn it on.
Oh yeah. You jiggle the mouse and the monitor pops on to a password prompt.
So,
Okay, hacker, hack.
well,
Out my notebook paper.
Well, I need to do this without any sort of connection. So,
You're
it's
looking
tempting.
at the computer and you're looking at how the tower is open and the motherboard has some custom circuits soldered directly into it. And your best guess is you can jump to the conclusion that they probably did some custom job on the BIOS where you're probably going to have to enter the password before you'll have any access to any kind of operating system whatsoever.
Right. This is probably a BIOS password.
Perhaps
Okay.
the Nosferatu left a clue behind.
I've
or-
seen some films,
Now,
and I would bet you anything
Oh,
the
God.
password is
they probably
Wally.
wrote it down. They probably wrote it down because
Can you just
they're
Excavo?
not
Can you just
tech
try
nerds,
Wally for me?
so they wouldn't know.
Excavo, will you just try the password Wally for me, please?
I'll try guest. No, I'll try Wally. Sure, why not? Does
It's
that
written
work?
on a note right
No,
here.
I mean, don't forget
It
to
seems
feed
like an
Wally. I know.
important key word.
I'm sure. I try it. Okay.
You could try
Okay.
Wally 1.
Oh mon dieu. Okay.
Wally is not accepted as the
Uh,
password.
I hit enter without typing in any password.
Clever. It's still wanting a password.
I look for any other notes
Type
that
in
are
a
left in the
password.
room.
The things that you immediately see around the computer that jump out at you are the empty bag of Swedish fish, which seem odd to be.
Swedish fish.
The nearly finished crossword puzzle, the map of the sewer and storm drain systems of New Cammack, and the note that says "Remember to feed Wally."
I tried the whole phrase, remember to feed Wally.
Nope.
What about to feed Wally? Because
Nope.
it says remember that and Swedish fish.
Sure, I'm trying words that I'm seeing around me. I'm trying to think if there would be any
Wait.
sort of way with my phone that I could try and find the password.
Wally is Kaiser Sose.
If Bagger was using it, then maybe it's something horribly misspelled.
You
Who
do.
has the note from Bagger? Is that Darby?
Yes.
That is Darby.
Then that would have told me how he spells things.
Speaking of which,
Okay.
while Excavo is going through,
There are listeners out there just furious with us for not getting this obvious password.
I try vampire. I don't
so
know.
so Excavo is going through every word that she sees in front of her. As she does this, we go back to Darby's wild ride. So
I
Darby,
think I'm like kind of trying to get the attention of the guy in the driver's seat.
do you hop down? There's a significant gap of like a few feet from like your perch on the roof of this like big ol' windshield down to where the car is, you can like, if you reach down, you could barely like touch the roof of the car. Do you hop down onto the roof of the vehicle, or what do you do?
Tell me about the car. What kind of car is it?
It is a.
Let's just say, is it a nice car?
It is
a nice car?
It is a smaller, nice car. It's like a black sedan.
Okay. I don't think Darby would jump down onto the car.
If it were a shitty car, you would be doing that though.
Maybe a man's got to have a code. So, is there a way down without jumping on the car? I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get if my perch looks precarious, I want to find a more stable place to go and maybe look around at the controls for this thing, and maybe talk to this guy in the car if I can.
Yes. If you succeed at an athletics roll, you can slide down the edge of the windshield part and come down along the side of the car, and you see that along the driver's side there is a control panel that would be accessible from the driver's side window.
Oh, great. All right. So athletics plus what?
That would be athletics plus dexterity.
Okay.
And because if you fuck up, you would be falling off and potentially getting injured. You can use your Daredevil dice for 3 extra dice for this.
How did I do? No, yeah, 2 successes.
Looks like Daredevil may have made a difference. Or the Daredevil dice might have been the ones that gave you those the
2 ones.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
That's math for
it
you.
It adds additional variability.
Okay, so
swingier roll.
Are you sliding down on the driver's side or on the passenger side?
I think I want to go. Is there enough room to like have a conversation with the person from the driver's side, or would the like logical if my intention is to talk to the guy without threatening him necessarily, would it be more? I think I come up from the passenger side. I'm talking myself into it as I say it out loud. I think I come down on the passenger side and try to be less threatening.
Okay. You do that. So you come down on the passenger side and you see a tinted window, and you look inside and you see a guy who looks like he's in maybe his like mid 40s, and he's on his phone. He's like sort of fucking around, and he's in the driver's seat. And in the passenger seat, there's a woman about the same age, and she's reading like a paperback book. And they've totally not noticed you at all. They're just totally engrossed in like what they're doing there.
Okay. Before I bring attention to my presence, I would like to see what there is to see inside the car. The thing that I'm looking for in particular, of course, is the mechanism that triggers access to the MKT. I'm looking for whatever it is key fob that these people might be using. I'm looking at the car keys. I'm looking inside the car for any indication of how they might access the MKT.
You do see a white card that is up on the console, just like laying out there. It doesn't have any writing on it or anything, but there's a plastic card that's displayed prominently.
Okay, I think I tap on the window. Excuse me. This is a maintenance run. Hello. Excuse me.
You get a double take from the woman who looks up. She's tapping on the guy. And the guy is real confused, and he rolls down the passenger side window. And they're not saying anything. They're just looking at you. And the guy kind of leans over. Have you been there this whole time?
What? No. I came up here on my service vehicle.
we have to do some routine maintenance. I just gotta. I need to take a look at some of your access requirements to make sure. We had a trip on our security system. He picks up his phone.
Oh no, he already had his phone. He was fucking around on his phone this whole time.
Oh, right. So yeah, that's Darby's story. He's a maintenance guy. He's on here because the security system flagged with unauthorized user.
Yeah,
So
maintenance
yeah, I was
vehicles.
checking it out.
I didn't. Oh, I didn't. I had no idea. Oh, okay. You scared the shit out
I've
of
been
us.
doing this. I've been doing this for a while. I know. I came up as gingerly as I could, man. Come on. Just gave a little tap on the window. What else you want me to do?
I did. Sorry. I didn't know. I didn't even know you guys could do this.
Just hang on a minute. I just gotta take a look here in the control panel, and if you just hand me the access card, I'll just take a look. See here. Well, hand it to me. So yeah, I'm trying to convince him. And if he doesn't look like he's gonna hand it to me just from my charm, I am willing to dominate this guy to give me his card.
No, he reaches for it. He seems completely baffled, but he's like, "Oh well, I mean, if you came up here in a, so you got like you docked with us in the back or something? Is that how you got on this platform? I thought the platforms aren't supposed to get close to each other because they might like crash or something. Is this an upgrade to the track?
There's some intelligence property that we're not allowed to tell everybody. Some of our trademark secrets that we can't disclose now. But I'll tell you. We have our ways of doing active maintenance on the line.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fucking crazy. And he hands the white card on his dashboard over to you.
Yeah, and Darby takes it and he goes about trying to approximate what maintenance would look like on this thing, and he has level 4 machines, which I feel like is pretty good. And so yeah, I'm just kind of taking it apart and learning what I can about how it works without breaking anything. And yeah, so that's my initial goal. I don't want to decide how I'm going to play it with the card, give it back to the guy until I see what I learn.
Okay.
So I'm trying to kind of do fake maintenance.
Just barehanded with no tools.
Yeah.
Okay, we go back to the Nosferatu surveillance room. Excavo has scoured the desk and all the stuff around her for all of the words that are visible and put them in as passwords, and none of them have been accepted as the password.
I know what I'm going to do. So you say I can see the motherboard. Correct?
Start ripping shit out. Right?
Yeah.
No, just one thing. I need to take out the small battery on the motherboard. Just a little one. Don't break it. Just take the battery out, put it back in. That's all.
Okay. You do that, and you see the password prompt sort of flicker for a second and then come back on. Archibald, could you give me a self-control roll, difficulty 7?
Oh, well, let me well, I guess we can still look at it. 0.
0. You find yourself, because of your wits specialization of puzzles and games, you find yourself fairly compelled to finish the almost finished crossword puzzle that's on the corkboard behind the computer.
There was a crossword puzzle?
Yes, it is unfinished.
It is just bugging you that it is almost finished. There is, in fact, one word that is not
Oh, well, then
yet
that's my
filled in.
What's
I
the
feel like I
clue?
would have thought of that though.
It is. It's not.
Well, we didn't.
It's not a word that you see in front of you, so it is not a word that you typed in. It's in fact the lack of a word.
Would have been like, there's one word left. Why wouldn't we do that?
What is the clue on the crossword?
That's Graham's very question.
Well, it is
Or any
6.
other kind of hint?
It's 6 letters
Okay.
across. It ends with the letter R, and the clue is a prying observer who is usually seeking the sordid or the scandalous.
Voyeur.
Voyeur makes sense. That's French.
V-O-Y-E-U-R. V-O-Y-E-U-R.
VOYEUR.
I tried this password.
You see the message, access granted.
Because all computers say access granted.
That might
Yes.
as well be get.
It says it out loud, and then Excavo is required to say, I'm in.
I would have known. I would have known that it would have been something in the room. I would have tried it.
You then see the message, logging access to ShrekNet, and then a panel of camera feeds is displayed. You see that each camera
Like
feed.
the movie?
Sorry?
Like Shrek.net?
Maybe? I don't know.
Shreknet? Shrek.net?
ShrekNet is a thing in the world of darkness that
Are you saying Shrek? Like the green creature? What are you saying?
I'm
Do you
saying
not like
Shrek as in the
No.
last name of Max Shrek, the guy who played Count Orlok in the movie Nosferatu. ShrekNet is something from the world of darkness.
The guy
ShrekNet,
who
ShrekNet is
played-
an established
Oh,
thing
it's
in the
spelled
world of
differently.
darkness. That's
I was like, are you saying Shrek like the green ogre?
it's the German word for fear. SCHRECK.
Oh, I could.
Shrek means fear.
I mean,
layers.
yeah.
It's like an onion.
You see
It's
that
like
each
the-
camera feed allows you to go back to record to review recordings in the past 48 hours, but not earlier. It appears that the system was designed to be monitored daily by the Nosferatu so that interesting clips could be extracted and saved separately. There are several working camera feeds showing live video. There are also several dead camera feeds, most of which have the 48 hours leading up to the point at which they stopped broadcasting. I'm going to show you in Roll20.
Can we like download them all?
You would have the option to transfer the footage that they have to another medium. You do in fact see USB flash drives kind of scattered around this area that you can just grab and use. In Roll20, I'm actually going to show you a list of those camera feeds.
So while he's pulling that up, I feel like here's a game plan, Excavo. If you can transfer everything they have here to another device, we should take care of Augustyn. We should find Darby. We should take this back home.
No, I would say I am the kind of person who carries external storage device. So I would have something to load it onto.
I think I would pick up the flash drives too in case there's any other
Yes.
data on them we could use that's older.
No,
Oh no.
All right.
but
Poor guy.
c'est graphique.
So that is the
Toys R
full
Us.
list. That is how each of the camera
Can
feeds
we
are
check out
labeled.
Delacroix Manor, please?
Yes, Delacroix Manor. Let's see what they've seen.
You switch the feed to what is incorrectly labeled as Delacroix Manor, and you find that there's apparently a doorbell camera on the front door of Darby Manor, as it is now known. This screen gives you a view of the front. It gives you a view of the front stoop, the front lawn, and the surrounding forest that's in front of Darby Manor, which are all currently illuminated by floodlights. As you watch the live feed, you see headlights pan across the front lawn of the manor. After a few moments, you see Harvey the janitor walk up the porch holding his keys out, and you see him enter the house. Shortly thereafter, he walks out of the house and turns back around to lock the door, and you can see a small stack of paperwork in his hand. Except I think none of you were given keys to the house, so he doesn't lock the door. I don't think we gave you guys keys, so never mind. He didn't lock the door.
I thought you did an exchange of keys for the house and the cars.
You know what? Yeah, at some point, yeah, everybody.
How would we not?
We've definitely used the cars. We had the keys to all that, so I would assume we have the keys to the house as well. So our guy can lock up.
Yeah, let's hand wave away the key thing. Everyone found keys to Darby Manor and has keys. So we don't have this looming thing where the house is always unlocked. The house is always locked. And it is now. And we just saw Harvey the janitor lock it himself because he's a good janitor.
Well done, Harvey.
And he grabbed paperwork. Interessant.
And then nothing else interesting happens in the feed.
And that was
suppose we
a
can watch the
live
rest later.
feed. Correct?
Yes, that was
live?
a live feed.
I'm curious what the Camp Moonlight would have.
You want to see live,
how
or do you
much
want to go? You want to go back, or what?
I want to know, would it have seen what happened to the bear? Do we think? Is it on video
Oh shit!
that
So
somebody could possibly find and use to blackmail our team?
You want to go to the?
I feel like while
Or brown nail, whatever the bear color was.
Archibald, don't stop this. Don't. That's covering for Darby is very important.
I think that while Excavo is presumably downloading everything, uploading things / watching things, I would have gone to check on Augustyn at this point.
Or like this.
Augustyn has not left the spot where you dumped him. Of course.
So I think I'm kind of just taking his own hands and still just like rubbing them over him, being like magic.
Making him molest himself.
Yeah.
So Excavo, you want to bring up the Camp Moonlight feed and then sort of rewind back in time?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
You bring up the Camp Moonlight feed, the live feed, and you see the entrance gate to Camp Moonlight.
Okay.
And
Just the gate.
And
That's
going
not bad.
sort of rewinding back from that, you don't see a lot of activity. Rewinding back really fast, you see like the trees waving around a little bit. You see like occasional, animals moving around. You do see one vehicle go in and out in the afternoon. It looks like it went in at about noon while you guys were asleep, and then left Camp Moonlight at about 2 p.m.
Can I see who is in the vehicle? I know zoom enhance is not real, but
who is in the vehicle?
Yes.
You recognize the vehicle. You recognize the vehicle pretty clearly. The vehicle is the unmarked ambulance that followed you to the Premier Chantry.
Oh no! Okay.
While all of you were sleeping, last afternoon or this afternoon or however that works, it entered Camp Moonlight, and you rewind. And it left. It spent about 2 hours in Camp Moonlight and then left. And on its way out, because of the positioning of the camera. Oh no, on its way in, because of the positioning of the camera, you see that it's the same two paramedics that you saw before. Perry and Terry, medic.
Terry medic.
Jerry was off this weekend.
Oh yeah, he's homesick. And you rewind back further, and you don't see any other vehicles entering or leaving except for your own.
No need to watch that footage. I don't think. I wouldn't scrutinize that very closely.
Yeah, and you see the bear wandering in at night while you are in Camp Moonlight with the gate left wide open.
Okay. All right.
So it doesn't show what happened.
Andy, I've got to ask real quick, out of game. What's going on with your background, man?
Yeah, that's a yikes.
What's going on?
He got knocked out. I'm looking for a better
Because
graveyard
it's
picture.
the character Gone.
Oh, that's him. It's supposed to represent him.
And that's his. Oh,
That's fun. You're torped right now. It's boring to be torped.
I'm gonna find a more ambient background, but yeah,
don't
that's
change
all
it.
there is.
I love.
Maybe
Hunter.
what's fun is you might be having a nightmare.
My
A
favorite.
really long one.
This whole thing is a nightmare
can't
in a
wake up.
sense.
It's you're living 2020.
Okay, we go back to Darby.
Yeah.
And Darby, so you've pulled out just the guts of the control panel. The insight that you've gotten from it is that it must communicate wirelessly with some mothership to get instructions. The panel has a map of the whole track. The way you use it is you tell it where you want to go. It's essentially works like a subway. You just pick the stop that's closest to your destination. The thing is, it doesn't stop at all the stops between you and the one that you want to get off on. It has some other bells and whistles in the control panel. It has like an emergency stop thing. And it's all like a touch screen interface, which every time you sort of jostle everything, it starts to get a little fuzzy and it seems a little temperamental. And it starts to seem like you're at the verge of possibly breaking it at this point.
Yeah, all right, man. I've gone through my whole 15-point inspection here, and I got to tell you, I think the problem is in your card. I bet it got corrupted, and you're gonna get security flagged every time you use the MKT from here on out. So I tell you what, I'll take this one off your hands. You get yourself a one that can be reprogrammed. You're looking right here. I mean, he's looking at me incredulous like that. You're looking right here at getting hassled. And next time, because it's already got a security warning on it, it's just not going to open for you anyway. So I mean, essentially, you got yourself a used up piece of metal and plastic.
My car?
Your card.
Oh,
This thing. Come on, man. I'm not taking your car. Shit.
Hey, I'm a member in good standing. You're saying Mario gave me a bum card?
I'm saying, and I hate to break this to you, I think somebody else is trading on your identity, my friend. This one came up as a conflict. You got an ID crisscross, a mismatch.
What do? I go back to Mario. I get a fixed card, or can you fix this for me? What do I do?
I can't fix it, man. I came out here. My specialty is the whole operating machinery. I don't know much about the security, only that this one here was flagged as a duplicate.
I guess I got to take this up with Mario then. What's your name?
Me? I'm Jimmy. It's nice to meet you.
He reaches way out of his car to shake your hand.
It's firm, eager, professional handshake from Darby. What'd you say your name was, Chief?
Francis.
You friends with Mario? Wow, man, I work for his, like, I'm like 15 rungs down on the ladder since they took over around here, but somebody's got to keep the damn things going.
Well, it's a professional relationship, you know how it is. Okay.
Oh, shit. Either way, you got the hookup with him. That's pretty cool.
The platform starts slowing down, and it comes to a stop, and then shifts horizontally to the side over to like a station where it docks over, and a gate behind the vehicle swings open, and it looks like there's sort of a large vehicle size elevator right behind the platform that the vehicle is supposed to back into to get out. And
Darby just starts waving the guy back. Hey, my shift's up, boss. I'm gonna ride up with you. All right, bring it on back. Don't hit the wall. Here we go. Come on.
So you're gonna keep that card, so I don't get that card back?
This card is garbage. This is a security risk waiting to happen, Chief. I could let you hang on to it maybe if you made it interesting, but why would you even want it? Just go back and get you another one.
Okay, all right, I'll just do that. All right, so
All right, and Darby, waves him back, just friendly like. well done, excellently played. And Darby tries to stealthily ride the elevator back up and just slip into the night when they get back up to street level.
Okay, you're on the elevator with them.
Yeah, I think I'm just like again doing fake maintenance, like trying to keep busy looking at stuff. I'm like, oh shit, wow, this needs to be polished.
Like, oh yeah, there's corrosion. We gotta get the guy in here.
Make
Yeah,
it
they,
very safe in the elevator.
Francis and his wife are obviously they're paying attention. You can see Francis is like, yep, got signal again. All right, I gotta check. And you see notifications are popping up on their phones now that they're getting a signal on their cell phones again, and they're consumed with that. And when the whole elevator platform comes back up to surface level, it comes up in a like closed down car wash that is being kept open by a couple of the like Tabata gang goons that see the platform come up. They're like, oh yeah, all right, come on. And then they like look around and make sure the coast is clear, and they open a big garage door and let the car come out. And then they may or may not see you, depending on a stealth roll. But back to Archibald and Excavo.
Well done. MC.
So, Augustyn, is this anything?
Drools, drools sarcastically. Like obviously,
I'm like
I can't.
now holding. I'm holding
Would
like
he have
the
any
bear
sort
cub.
of like special? I don't know.
I'm holding the bear cub's
potions.
like.
What he has a lot of
face up
flowers.
to
I don't
you.
know. He just.
You're
I'm
seeing
trying to
this
get the bear
something.
cub to like lick your face right now.
You're just tending to his torpid body. That's what.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. He's just here.
Just Excavo, just finish downloading everything so we can.
I don't
You
need
did
to
it.
sit there and watch it download, just like you don't need to sit there and watch the teapot, correct? So I just am here now.
I don't know about computers.
So you
It's just like tea. It'll work when you're not looking.
I also have 0 dots in medicine.
Do I have a medicine? Probably 0.
that doesn't
Correct. I have 0.
doesn't apply to vampires. So you are downloading the past 48
Yeah,
hours. The past 48 hours of recordings from all of the cameras to your.
Whatever I can get. I'm especially interested. Like, there's a ninja office, a pirate office, like all these weird stuff. Let's get all of it. Just everything I can.
What about the pirates? Those are the real estate guys, right? No, corporate raiders.
A
right?
ninja's office.
We don't know about the ninjas.
Correct. We might know more.
Yeah, the
If we watch
pirates
the
are
video. in the jail. We can know who's at City Hall. We have not been there, I don't believe.
Be a really valuable exposition tool.
Okay.
Correct.
So, the past 48 hours of recordings of all of these cameras download to your USB stick.
Okay. We still need to change the access code.
No, that's not this. That's
Or is that not
MKT.
this?
That's
Well, we still need to
This
go do
is
that.
this-
That is
we
a thing,
told
though.
the guys we'd do that another time. We could do that while we're down here, but we told the other guys we'd do it later. What we do need to do is seal this place or destroy it.
I mean, I don't know if we just seal it or destroy.
Well, I
Look
don't
at
have.
Kitty. What is this place?
Well,
1926?
I'm not sure how we would possibly go about sealing it.
Nah.
So I say destroying it.
I mean, I'm sure you can just punch your way through all of these monitors and desktops, correct? Just
I sure can, but
You
I'm
are-
taking
I'm not
the
here.
fee off.
I can't help. You're on your own.
Where's
I
Jade?
mean,
My
Is
practice.
Jade with us or
We
Jade
can
with
wipe things.
She's
I
with
can.
you guys.
Darby?
I mean, if that
Jade's-
was our plan, maybe I could have just taken the hard drives instead of just downloading all the video.
Jade's hanging out in the same room where Augustyn is,
Excuse
and
me,
sort of keeping an eye and keeping to herself. She's standing guard
Jade,
at the
if I carry
entrance.
him, could you carry the Edith P off?
She looks quite confused about what you just said.
This man.
People, Jade.
Holding up the record, I'm like, can you bring this
Oh,
home?
oh, you actually have the record. Ugh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. It might be hard to carry through those tunnels,
Jade, you're the
but okay.
best.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure.
I mean, if that is the case, that's how we want to do it. We can destroy. I can take the hard drives, do it that way. We can. I mean, I do have an affinity for smashing computers sometimes when they're very old. Can do it that way.
Maybe disconnect all the wires and pull
Oh,
out
yes.
anything that would be noticeable. So
Correct.
nobody
We do not smash
notices
with everything
this
plugged in.
whole-
Absolutely.
Okay,
not.
okay, just
So
but like,
nobody
hang,
notices
just, like,
this
hang
whole
on a second. Just,
network.
Can Steve talk to you guys for a second here? Like, this thing, you have access currently to something that is so incredibly powerful. It is plugged in to all of these key locations.
Well, how
in
often are we
town.
going to be down here?
True.
Well,
This is like the only time I see us coming down here. It
That's
doesn't seem very
why
easy to
you
get
Can
to.
you re?
Yeah, like this can be your new home base. Where do the Malkavians live in town? Oh, I don't know. How about
I
here
thought this
now?
was the only time we were going to be down here because there are other things who come in here. They would know that we are here. We are trespassing.
If you wanted to like, stake out
Also-
this territory and fight whoever's going to try to take it from you, then it's yours. I mean, I'm just saying, don't give up something so powerful. Just blow it up for the sake of blowing shit up. We do that quite a bit as a team.
I thought this was the only
Well-
time we were going to be here.
It was like the note from Bagger said secure or destroy, so I thought that's what we had to do. But Excavo, since there is like a link of a camera back to Darby Manor, is there a way you can like reverse engineer that thing to get access from our place?
She's got root access to the computer, right? So she should be
There's
able to set up
already a
all
feed.
kinds of privileges.
I could do it in a way where we leave this, and as long as I get the right technology at where we're at, I won't have to come back all the way to here, and they will not know that I am looking.
Well, you're the computer person. Just do that. I was about to punch this whole room.
I know. I'm like, what? I don't know why we want this, but okay.
For the masquerade. Because if somebody finds this, which they have a human tunnel like 2 feet away,
As
so
as
that's why we need to
Excavo,
either.
I don't really care too much about other people, so I'm like, why do I want to see what they're doing?
Very honest.
I don't care. But
All
it's
these
me. I'm
problems
like,
we're trying to
okay, yeah,
solve.
that makes sense.
And all this information we need to solve those problems, and the people.
I'm just like, I want to make it for a year and then I want to be gone. I don't want to mess with any of this stuff. And that's kind of how she came in as. She's like, what problems? I don't care.
And still
Like, I don't work here.
After all these days, it's still that way?
How many days has it been? 2,
Two.
3?
2
2
full
days?
days.
It is.
Your interest has not been piqued by any of these
she's
different
also
goings
busy.
on.
She is impatient. That would be like her solution is to just whatever, just take what we need and leave. But I do
Well, I
see what
mean,
you're saying.
My character would be deferring to the computer person because he doesn't know about it. So if that's what Excavo wants to do, and we want to like trash this whole thing,
What would we
probably
find
defer
out?
to the note from Bagger. Well, we would find out a bunch of stuff if we had a direct feed to all the organizations we're about to try and trounce and see all of these things. We'd be able to track down that monster we're hunting. We'd be
Excavo
able
doesn't
to...
care, but if you care, then she'll put up with it. That's how she feels.
Okay, as the prince.
As the prince, yeah,
Archibald then will recognize the immense power that's coming from this and say, do it, get it, keep this.
Okay. So then how do I know I'm able to buy or just get what I need back at the manor?
Because
there's a circuit city.
Like tech wizard.
Securely remoting into this.
I'm a tech wizard. I can't build a laptop from rocks.
Yeah. And look, I think you're at a handicap because you, Excavo, are not a networking expert.
No.
The player. And so I think you can say without feeling bad or dumb or out of character, like, I want to make a technology roll to see how I would accomplish X goal without having to say, I'm going to set up a backdoor proxy to, like, whatever. You don't have to know how to do that. Like, you don't. And
That
that's
is the thing that I've struggled with is like, I
It's
don't know as
okay.
much as
It's
Excavo
okay that
does.
you-
I
that
would
you
like to
don't.
just
We can
roll
for those
and
things.
know that and just like
Don't
be able
let
to
that
do it.
don't let that trip you up, like that you can't just use all the techno jargon that's exactly right that your character would know. Just talk about what you're trying to do and ask Graham to help you get to the objective without worrying about getting the lingo perfect.
Yeah, I would just like to roll more.
Capital, but Archibald definitely has.
You know, when episodes of Star Trek were being written, the writers, like the first draft of the scripts would just have like blank gaps in them where they would just literally write the word technobabble, and then a whole other person would take another pass where they would actually know stuff about engineering, and they would write in something that would make some sort of scientific sense. But the first writers who actually like cared about characters and what the plot was and like what the actual story of the episode were.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, they
It's
didn't
like, I
need
don't
to.
know.
They didn't need to give a shit about like electronics or physics or like space or any of that stuff. So they were allowed to get away with just saying like, and then fucking something. Jordy fixes something about the power. I don't know. Technobabble. You guys fill in the gaps here. We can do a version of that in this game where like Excavo could say, I do something to make this work in a way that's more
I feel
convenient
like
for
I'm like
us.
trying to come up with ideas to like get through a problem that she would understand that I don't.
You're always free to do like some intelligence-based role to be like, hey, help me out. And I might already have like some solution to this, sort of like an idea in my head of like a plot direction this could go, that could like come to mind for you. So that's always an option for you, like rolling to get the storyteller's advice.
Right. If like the idea is, okay, let's make a back door. I'm like, I don't know how.
Oh yeah, and that's
She would
never
know,
necessary.
though. She would know.
Yeah, just say it.
And when you say something like that,
like we can tell you, that's relatively easy to set up, trivial for you to remotely access this computer and access all of its resources. And someone with her skills would easily be able to do that from wherever. Once you learned root network access to this machine, you were going to be able to access and control it 100% from anywhere.
And to do it in a way where they don't even know I'm there.
Well, I mean,
nobody is watching the computer, so how would they...
Well, it has a password on it. Someone's there.
No, well, it's the Nosferatus, but they all left. They're gone.
All right, plan of action.
Left to know.
Who knows when they come back? I don't know.
They left a note.
You want to be able to remotely access.
Told us to go find it.
These cameras from wherever, your phone and from the home base. And so that's what you're setting up here.
Oh no, I want like freaking monitors and I want the same thing, kind of, but like back at the mansion, and then also a laptop they can take with me.
Like presumably these are live feeds. So if this is piping in live to this server, you should be able to access these feeds remotely.
Yeah.
Excavo, give me an intelligence plus computers roll.
Nice. Hell yeah. I'm rooting for you hard right now. Even though your character would never root for any of us.
Six successes?
Correct.
All right. The conclusion that you come to is because the computer is so heavily modified, it doesn't really have the kind of operating system that you would normally do, like a remote desktop connection to like remote into. The normal ways that you would get remote access aren't available to you. If you had fewer successes, you would probably reach the conclusion that there's just like no way to remote into it. But because you got so many successes, you figured out a way that you actually can set up a way that you can remotely connect to it, as long as you bring a second machine down there and wire it into the first machine to set up sort of a piggyback remote thing. All it would take is a second computer that is interfacing with this first computer, and you're simply remoting into that computer that you have more direct access to and control over.
Okay.
Sick. So there's a way to do it, but a way that's indirect and kind of counterintuitive.
We'd have to come back, basically, but that's doable.
Mm-hmm.
But there isn't
worth it.
Yeah, there isn't a pure software way to do it. But once you do pull that off, you would be able to set up that remote access in any way that that fits you best. You can set up that that piggyback computer as a web server so that you can access this feed over the web from a tablet or a phone. You can password protect it. You can set it up so that only your IP address or your MAC address or only your SIM card can access it. You know all sorts of ways to give yourself access and to block other people from accessing it. You can do pretty much anything you want once you set up this way to distribute root access from this weird machine over to a machine that you can use more easily. We go back to Darby, who finds himself in a dark car wash where Francis and his wife have just left with their car, and two Tabata gang goons have just let them out. Darby, I assume it's your intention to leave this car wash as stealthily as possible?
That's my plan. And I'm trying to like get a sense of, well, I guess I'll come to that if I can get out of here. But my goal is to meet back up with everyone.
Okay. So you find yourself in the middle of sort of the channel of, the car wash gauntlet, and the garage door is still up, but it looks like the Tabata gang members are wanting to close the garage door as soon as they can, just as soon as like the car is clear, because you see they look a little nervous. They're looking around. They want to make sure the coast is clear. They're not looking casual about it. They look like they want to avoid drawing any attention to themselves.
And this door that's sliding up and down is the only way in and out of this room.
No, you see light from another door, like the entrance, the staff entrance to the car wash that's a ways away to your left.
So I think Darby is want to rapidly and quickly change strategy and intention. So he sees their like deep focus back here and how on edge they are, changes his mind entirely and goes to the other door instead.
Okay, he's going for the entrance.
Yep.
Okay. So give me a dexterity plus stealth roll to get to that door without making any sound or otherwise drawing attention to yourself.
I did it. I got one.
One success. You get to that door.
Okay, I'm looking around. What's going on? I check the door, I guess.
You find that the door is locked.
Okay, what type of door lock situation is it?
It's a deadbolt.
Okay. I feel like my brute strength could make very quick work of the deadbolt. Do I hear anybody on the other side of it?
Oh, to clarify, this is you can see through it. It's a glass door. It's the door that staff would come into the building. On the other side of it is just the street. You neither hear nor see.
Are there people out there?
No, it's at this point it's about 1 a.m. I think. Yeah, it's about 1 a.m. You don't see anybody directly in front of you. You see the street. There's a possibility of a car passing by, but you don't see any traffic in front of you. There's a possibility of it producing noise when you click open the deadbolt, but who knows? You are a fair distance away from the gang members.
Okay, so here is my plan. I think I want to just break through the door and take off running as fast as I can.
Break, not in a break sense, right? You mean just like unlock it and...
Well, no. I meant break through the door.
What? Why?
The instinct that came to me was like Darby would be kind of panicking right now, like he got like kind of boxed in away from the front door, and now he's like, "Oh man."
So Darby, how do you get this door open?
Oh man. Okay, so I think here's what I try, and we'll see how it goes. I want to just like break my hand through it and see how much of it breaks
Through the glass.
Yes, through the glass. Like my goal is to make a small hole in the glass. I don't think that's what'll happen necessarily. That's what I want to happen.
For what purpose?
That's how I think I can unlock the door, right? The door is...
Oh no, there's a deadbolt. There's a deadbolt on your side. You're on the inside of the car wash.
I'm denser than Darby. Yeah, so he unlocks the door after having stared at it moronically, panicked for a minute, and walks onto the street and looks around. I never did. I ever make that roll? Yeah, I got 2 successes. So
I'm gonna roll for how perceptive the Tabata gang members are to see whether or not they hear you unlock the door.
I loved the success total, though. It's like, yas.
So it unlocks a bit louder than you would have liked, and you hear the sound from inside the car wash. Hey, what was that?
Yeah, I'm scooting. hightailing it, full blast, running as fast as I can.
Okay, just down the street.
Not quietly. So here's my intention. While I had access for an extended period of time to the map of the NKT terminals, I want to run toward the nearest one on foot distance, toward my friends if possible. So kind of back toward the way I came and toward what I think in the map is another MKT entrance.
Okay. The closest one is that auto body shop where Daryl and Earl work.
Hell yes. So yeah, I run right back there. If I knew, I have a pretty good idea of directions. So yeah, I ran right back to Daryl and Earl's entrance to the place.
I think I remember that one of them was sent home, and the other one is still there. The place is the garage door is closed, but you run up to the front door and you open it up and it's unlocked. I come in like
we're friends. Oh, okay, cool.
I forget
Do
which
I run
one.
into the guy?
I don't remember which one was sent home. I think Earl was sent home. Let's say Daryl is still there.
No, I think that's right. I think that's right because I remember you being as them. I remember Daryl being outraged at Earl that he abandoned him. It's just like Earl, don't do this to me. I remember that. Yeah. So,
Daryl whips around and sees you and goes, "Dear God, no!"
Hey, chill. Hey, look, we're legit now. We're legit. Check it out. And he waves the access card at the guy. He's like, "Hey, we got the whole damn thing figured out. I told you we weren't trying to cause any trouble."
How did you get that?
Look, we were always legit. Now look, I gotta get down in
was
there.
Was this a test? Were you part of the gang the whole time?
Yes. Finally, you get it, man. Look, this guy.
Jesus.
I thought you were gonna shit a brick, boss. You look like you seen a ghost or a zombie or undead or something.
Jesus. So what do you want? What do you want, dude? Need new overalls.
You and Earl, you ain't the only ones that we gotta keep in line, all right? So I got another couple of stops I gotta make tonight. Use the closest entrance point on the route, so I thought I'd come back in here and give up the goat a little bit, let you know you've been had.
What do you mean?
Well, I fooled you earlier. You thought I don't even know what you thought. You thought you was gonna die for sure.
yeah, I did. I thought my days were behind me and you were gonna murder me.
Not me. It was my friend that was gonna do that. Either way,
did someone assault me? Something happened and I felt funny.
Well,
it's probably nothing.
You look a little pale. I say, have you been sleeping well recently?
Probably got the flu.
I've seen something going around, and you ought to just take a sick night, my friend.
So what do you need?
I'm just going back in the tank, boss. I've been working all these stops up and down the eastern side of the route, making sure the security was tight as it needed to be.
Well, don't let me stop you. Go right ahead.
You got one of the loaner cars you give out to folks around here? I want to take a vehicle down in there. I don't want to just sit on the platform.
He gestures around. I don't. I don't even have my own vehicle. My wife dropped me off here.
Darby's just mumbling to himself. It's like, all right. And he goes and he waves the card at the sensor that Excavo had identified the last time we were here, and waits to see what happens.
It's suddenly starts dropping you down a long shaft, and at the bottom of the shaft, you are greeted with a platform with an open gate. It's a vehicle-sized platform, and on that platform there is a control panel that is asking you where your next stop is.
So I look at the platform, and can I surmise that the stop that I know what it is now that we were at before, is that one of the stops on the map, or is it in between two stops? The Nosferatu entrance, is it accessible from one of the endpoints or not?
So your goal is to basically rejoin the party, right?
That's right. That's
and
right.
you're going to just jump off of the.
Uh-huh.
So the control panel gives you a map of the city, and it resembles Google Maps a lot. You can basically zoom in and do a search for different businesses and addresses, and overlaid on top of that is the MKT. You can, after a little bit of searching, you can find the Nuclear Technologies building, and you can see where that is in relation to things, and you can find the two stops between it, and the direction. There's one direction that the whole MKT goes in, and you can figure out that the tunnel is like goes from here to here. Probably like this is the section that Augustyn got hit in, and everybody else like this is the section that crossed over that tunnel. So you would need to select the stop that's just past that section.
Past that, right? Okay. So that's what Darby does. So he selects one past that. Does he have to go all the way back around, or is it like a short segment to get there?
You do need to go all the way around in this case. So the gate behind you.
Yeah, so
the gate behind you closes, and you're kind of shunted sideways onto the track, and you start accelerating really fast. Because of the windshield in front of you, you don't. There isn't a lot of wind on you, but you still feel it kind of whipping around at your back, and it's telling you that you're going to reach your destination in like 2 minutes.
Okay, I am paying close attention and trying to time my jump. I guess I get into a position that's going to be as easy to accomplish as possible, and I'm not interested in hurting myself, though this whole activity is intrinsically and ridiculously dangerous. I am trying to approach it with as much safety as I can.
Okay.
I feel like it would also be comically timed with right when we are walking out of the tunnel. Too.
I sure so.
Just about to switch to the four of you: Jade, Archibald, Augustyn, and Excavo. So
I want to say the first thing that they hear, regardless of how this goes, is just the joy that Darby is experiencing at riding this thing at full blast, having accelerated all the way around the circuit. And the sound that you get first is just like. Just louder and louder as just the unmitigated joy of a Darby flight starts to ring down the tunnel.
I was going to say, meanwhile, I assume we have successfully downloaded things, come up with a game plan to come back and remote network. And
correct, that is what we discussed.
And I am happily just dragging Augustyn's limp body out of the tunnel.
Oh, it's dragging. It's not carrying.
What? I know. If you're dragging him, I would help carry. Like, no.
Well, it's kind of like a thing where I have him on my back, but he's taller than me, so he's kind of like just like dragging behind.
So Archibald,
you're wearing your mask for
Archibald has Augustyn. Jade has a record player. Is that right?
Oh no, just the ESP, yeah, right. And I probably would have thrown in a few more. I would have been like, "Ooh, Charlie Parker
records."
Like, how about this one? Too much.
Excavo has a USB stick full of video footage to review later. Augustyn has a torpor to get over, and the bear cub is, I guess, following along.
Hopefully not Gould.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And you are now emerging from the Nosferatu tunnel.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Go ahead and get my perception dice.
Oh yeah. So Excavo and Archibald, give me a perception plus alertness test. Or roll.
What could possibly go wrong?
Ah.
Okay, so Excavo saw it coming, and Archibald is good too.
Yeah, and I feel like I am kind of just alert enough to be like, right on time. Darby's back. And I feel like since I've got potence, I want to pull a Darby and just jump right up on there and go with him.
Okay.
Darby's like waving you back, like he's like, oh no, he sees the crouch and he knows that look, and he's trying to wave you off, like he's gonna stop, like I'll get there, hang on a minute, we'll get up the normal way. If you're willing to listen, Darby's like waving you off, and he's clearly about to jump off of it as soon as you can see him.
I think you're just waving, so it would be funny if we switched places.
Darby, give me a
waving.
Dexterity plus athletics plus 3 roll.
4.
All right, narrate how Darby dismounts the platform.
Oh man, what is the stupidest way possible to do it? That would also look cool. I think. I think I want to backflip. I think I eyeball it. I turn around and then I full like multi-flip backflip with much grace as I can come in. So yeah, I'm trying to look super cool, and I'm trying to land like superhero landing down on my knee, and then into a roll like a fucking ninja.
So everyone sees you do that, including Jade, who's kind of hovering in the just inside the Nosferatu tunnel. What does Archibald do as he sees this platform and Darby launching himself off of it?
Well, I haven't reacted quickly enough. So as he was coming down, I was about to jump up, but I imagine with the trajectory, I'm trying to jump towards him, but he's jumping towards us. I feel like the aim will be that of a collision.
But it is your intention to
It's
jump.
my intention to jump on the platform, yeah.
Okay. I think that if you fail, you miss the platform. If you botch, you would hit Darby.
And keep in mind, I should also have some sort of disadvantage because I have an Augustyn on me as well.
Oh, you're jumping with Augustyn too.
Why?
I think we're hitching a ride. I think we're coming back.
Okay, since that is the case, the difficulty of your rolls will be increased. I think since Darby is going to be jumping roughly onto the location where you're currently standing, I am going to say that on no successes or a botch, you collide with Darby, and because you are carrying Augustyn, on one success, you will be able to make contact with the platform, but you will need to grab onto it, and additional stuff will be necessary to actually mount it. You'll need more than one success to actually mount the platform. Roll dexterity plus athletics.
What's the difficulty this time?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to increase it to 7.
Okay, that's not bad. Oh, no.
That's great. What are you talking about? You got
it to actually
And a
work.
botch.
I wanted it to comically fail.
Oh, no, this is spectacular.
Me, Darby, did not want you to ruin my sick landing, so you didn't.
3 successes. Okay, so Darby jumps off, spins, lands. Archibald and Augustyn get on this platform, land on the center of it, and leave.
Perfectly.
You don't have the key card. Oh.
Why
So
did you jump off?
what remains is is Excavo and a bear cub who's growing increasingly confused about his increasingly absent parent figures as each session goes on, and Darby and Jade. Thus draws our very confusing session to a close.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So everyone got a bonus point for finding the Nosferatu surveillance room.
All right, I'm gonna go one more session without spending. I'm gonna get my 4th point of dexterity at the end of next session.
Yeah.
Be super good.
So your prince is disappearing with a party member who's in torpor.
Yeah.
The bear cub is left in the care of not anyone who's ever shown any interest in caring for it.
Yep. Including its mother murderer.
Darby just went on his own first solo adventure. Excavo has what might be a treasure trove of information. You just witnessed something very strange on the security camera footage for Camp Moonlight.
Yeah.
You have quite a conundrum about what to do with the surveillance room. And Excavo has a project for setting up remote access to this whole surveillance system. Let's pick up where we left off next time. Does anyone else want to spend any experience points?
I don't think I did anything like role-playing wise to get anything like leadership or intimidation, but I fought a bunch of rats last week, so let's go Dex.
Yeah, I have switched to a frisbee-based weaponry, so I feel like Dex is very much the next thing that I'm going to be buying.
You have spent 8 points on your third dot of dexterity.
Okay. That'll be good with the sickles.
Yes.
Cool.
Strength for the hammer, Dex for the sickle.
Yep. And since I was planning on investing in one, but I'm just gonna do both, and that'll be fun.
That's funny. I'm really doing the same thing.
I have a
Our
very
characters
small...
really are alike.
It shouldn't be, which is funny. Go ahead.
Well, it's especially funny because I chose my class because I was like, well, there's already a Ventru. We need a nice, strong guy.
Of course.
Well, little did you know I was making the worst Ventru.
Yeah.
Excavo, point expenditure?
Oh, no, I'm gonna think about it. I don't really know. I do have a little side quest where I want to get some. I don't want to throw my tonfas again, so I want to get some like little wrist straps, or just make them for like what you'd find on like a Wiimote or something, and like be able to strap them on.
You could also just glue them to your hands.
Oh no!
There you go.
I do my typing fingers.
All right. Well, excellent session. This was a really interesting one.
That's for sure. All right.
Oh man.
Oh, you guys have a
Brought to
good
you by
night.
XSplit, VCam.
Yes.
Until next time.
Later.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.